How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Dodo. I'm be showing you guys how 21 Savage made this beat for how Southside, made this beat for 21 Savage called All the Smoke. Alright, so I'm gonna just be breaking it down one by one. And then once I get to the last channel, as you may say, I'll just play it all together so you can hear what it sounds like in context. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. So the first sound here is just this sound. I got it from Omnisphere. It's just under the Keyscapes patch or directory, the cinematic plugin, and it's just a stock. I didn't even mess with none of the settings here. I just EQ'd out a bunch of the low end that was not needed. Okay, and that's where I got this. Alright, and I'm gonna make this available for free download for you guys. If you guys want to download this, if you have Logic, go ahead. I think the MIDI files will be in it as well, so if you guys want to use it on any other program, you should be able to. But if not, let me know. I'm a FL Studio user, so I'm just actually starting to get the hang of Logic again. I used to use Logic way back, but I can provide the FLP if need be. Just let me know, drop a comment. And then this is the same, these next two pianos here are basically just two separate parts that you hear in the sample that Southside used. So, but this first one I played has them all together. Okay, and then you got this one here. Dun, dun. And this is just a stock piano. I was making this originally so I can make it free for you guys to download and use with some stock plugins. So I started with this too originally and layered it with the second part. Okay. And that's how I got those sounds, but I still didn't think it sounded like the exact one, which is what made me pull out Omnisphere and pick the cinematic plugin to layer it over these two pianos. So when you guys get it, if you don't have Keyscapes, no worries. You should still be able to see what I'm doing. You should still be able to follow along or just switch it with something else that you have. That's what they sound like all together. And then the next thing here is the vinyl noise sound that you actually hear whenever the first couple seconds of each piano at every bar, like you hear it. In this case, what I did here was sidechain these buses to the piano so that whenever the pianos hit, it'll activate the white noise effect. The way I accomplished that was by adding a noise gate effect, put the threshold to about 50%, didn't touch anything else, and then routed it to a bus channel. And then on that bus channel, you have to make sure you're not outputting anything, because you don't want to, you're not sending it, you're just using it to let you're using it to send the signal from the white noise to the piano so that whenever you hit the piano, it'll activate the white noise. So make sure that that is not routed to the output. There's no output to it. Anyways, after you do that, you go back to your piano track and then you route you send it through to that bus channel, and then you just, increase it to your preferred velocity level, if you may. And then when you play the pianos, you should hear it activate only when it's actually there. It doesn't work when it's muted. So that's a little interesting technique. If that's too fancy for you guys, you don't have to do all that step. All you have to do is I just took off some low end. And then I just, I faded it out basically, because in the original, if you can tell, it comes in and fades out, then comes back in, then fades back out. So the next part is, you know, just the drums and whatnot. So you have the hi-hat patterns. Okay, and then you have the open hats. And then you have the claps. For mine, I layered my claps. You have the stutter snares. They use the clap, but I use the snare for mine. I'm not really tripping about that, so you get the idea. The last but not least on this part is the 808s. And the way I accomplished this 808, I actually just chopped off a part of the actual 808 sound, and then I time stretched it. It was too short. It wasn't long enough. So I stretched it out, did some EQing on it, then exported the sound and brought it into Battery 4. That's how I was able to get this sound. It sounds kind of unique. I actually saved it as a preset to use again for another beat or something. I like the way it turned out. So it sounds organic. It sounds new. It doesn't sound like anything else out there. I was searching everywhere. Even though I have things that kind of sounded like it, it just didn't capture that exact feeling. So I just took it from the original sample and I got that. I'm not 100% sure if there were kicks in the original. I feel like there might have been a slight subtle kick in it, but I just added mine regardless. Copied all the 808 patterns and then brought them down to the kick layer, and that was it. I didn't change anything else. And then the last part in this process is whistle type sound that you hear, that it comes in a little bit halfway around the 12th, around the next 8 bars of the verse. You know, it comes in after the first 8 bars of the verse. And that's, you know, that's kind of like my recreation of that. I didn't do any EQing, it looks like, but I did add a drop play effect to kind of bring it from here to here. What this drop play effect does, it pretty much just it moves things from left to right, as you can see. So it gives it kind of a nice space, you know. And I kind of did the same thing for this part as well. I got the sound from Alchemy. Okay, under the keys, electric, all clean, 808 glassy electric piano. And I also added the drop play effect on that as well. Did some slight EQing. That's what it came out to be. I know that may not be the exact verbatim of what it was, but when you play it together, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, guys. So without further ado, that's about it. I'm going to place this in the download below. If you guys would like to download this, go ahead and download it. Enjoy. Make sure you give me credit. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you guys would like to see more, just let me know. Drop the comments down below what I should do next. And I got y'all. Peace out.